Hi, good afternoon everybody and welcome to Tuesdays with Fran. This is Fran. Broadcasting live today from the Camino de Santiago. Today I am in Obanos, O-B-A-N-O-S, Obanos. Well, let me show you where we are so you can take a look at this beautiful site that we have here. Obanos, as I said, it's in the middle of in the beginning of the Camino de Santiago, in the middle of the Navarra portion. The important thing about this village is that it's the place where the two most important caminos get together. The Camino coming in this way, it is the French route coming from Roncesvalles and all of that. Hola, Jan, how are you doing? And the other one comes from right there. The one coming from, how do you say? The name is not going to come now. From Fran, okay? So they get together in here. By the way, I don't know, let's see if I can zoom in very much. That tiny little chapel all the way there, okay, you see it? That is Santa Maria de Eunate, that beautiful Romanesque chapel from the 12th century that people say it was built by the Knight Templars, but it's where I got married. So I love that place. Anyway, that's where we are today. So let me take you inside of the village of Obanos. This tiny little town, we're just 13 miles away from Pamplona. It's quite close to Pamplona. In fact, it's one pilgrim day for the pilgrims. Okay, so the pilgrims, they would come all the way from Pamplona to the next village, which is Puente la Reina, that we have already done. And you can see on my YouTube channel, it's there, Puente la Reina. So this would be almost getting to the end of the walking day, which is kind of a long day, which is 15 miles that the pilgrims are going to walk on a day like today. Okay, so the village of Obanos, it has a little bit under 1,000 inhabitants. In fact, it's only 935, so really not much. Well, let me turn the camera around so you get to see the village. Okay, as I said, 13 miles from Pamplona, and we are 1,300 feet over sea level. The most important thing, as we can see into the details, it's that we are in the Camino de Santiago. We're going to find this yellow arrow. It's 5 o'clock. Can you hear the bells? Ah, isn't it beautiful? All the way there. I love bells. Anyway, as I was saying, we are in the Camino, and the Camino is gonna be guided by the stars. But just in case you didn't see that, not a star, that yellow arrow all along the village of Obanos, we're gonna find scallop shells to remind us that we are where we are, in the Camino de Santiago. Okay. This is a small village. Agriculture is the most important thing, but check the houses. Houses are magnificent. Okay. History dates back to the year 978. It's the first time it's written, the name Obanos. Okay. One of the kings of Navarre talks about it. He says that who has to pay the tributes to, which I think is kind of funny. The first time that it's talked about is like a king says, okay, you have to pay taxes to a monastery. That it changed in the year 1092, that it went, those taxes had to be paid not anymore to a monastery, but to Pamplona's cathedral. Okay, so imagine, they have always paid to the church in here. Something that also it's important. Well, look at all of these plazas. I love these little plazas. By the way, if you come to this area, you have some rural hostels around here, like this one. It's a very cool rural house that you can rent. Okay? Anyway, I was telling you that Santa Maria de Eunate down there, people say that it was constructed or has something to do with the Knight Templars, and probably it has something to do with it. Because here in the village of Obanos, when the Knight Templars they were dissolved, the hospitaliers of St. John or Jerusalem, they took over all the possessions of the Knight Templars. And there is a lot of history of the hospitaliers in here, in the village of Obanos. So maybe they were around here, the Knight Templars. We cannot say it for sure, 100%. We say yes, but we need to be a little bit more cautious with that. Something very important took place in here in the year 1212. What happened is that it was, I don't know how to explain it, the first democratic institution in Spain was found in here. A representative of all the people, the farmers, the shepherds, everybody, they got together to talk with the king and the royals, the kings and the church, to dictate and to talk, what do we do, how should we pay, what do we do? Those were the infantones. I have written down the slogan of the infantones, because it's in Latin. It says, pro libertate patria, hens libera state, which means for the freedom of the land, you need to have free people. Which I think, we're talking the year 1212. Okay, so imagine how advanced these people were. So really amazing issue with the infantones, which I think is super cool. Okay, this is the main plaza of the village with the magnificent neo-Gothic church of San Juan Bautista, San John the Baptist. Okay, we had a previous church from the 1300s, and we have some remains of it, like the tower and the entrance to the church. Okay, the rest, unfortunately, it's not anymore original. They're neo-Gothic, okay? But it's a beautiful, beautiful church, San John the Baptist, where we find the relics of San Guillermo, Saint William. Here, there's a beautiful story. Well, let me take a panoramic of the plaza. So I think it's, besides super quiet, I think it's gorgeous with all these stone houses. How many pilgrims for so many centuries has these walls welcome? I think it's breathtaking. I love that part of history. So I was telling you about what happened here with San Guillermo, San William. This is the mystery that happened here of San William and Santa Fatima. Both of them, they were from Aquitaine. And Santa Fatima, the sister, they were brother and sister, okay? So Santa Fatima, she came all the way to walk the Camino de Santiago. And as she reached Santiago de Compostela, she decided, she was noble family, very wealthy. She decided to drop all of those wealthy things. And she decided that she wanted to pursue a monastical tradition in here, in Obanos. Okay, let me show you this very simple, very humble door with barely no decoration. Okay, just Our Lady all the way in the keystone. Very deteriorated, unfortunately. But all the arches, so simple, so pure and basic. I love how beautiful they are. Okay? Anyway, let's keep on walking a little bit, because this is the gate of Obanos, la puerta de Obanos, the entrance or the exit for the pilgrims to Obanos. Okay. Here, it's once again the Camino de Santiago, absolutely everywhere, reminding us where we are. So what happened with these two brothers and sisters? She became a nun around here, and when she told her brother, I'm not going to go back home, I don't want to be novelty, I just want to be, in God, no. He came over here, and he couldn't bear the thought that his sister was not going to be anymore novelty, she was just going to be a nun. So he went crazy and he killed her. And he couldn't bear then what he did. He was like, oh my God, I just killed my sister. I'm gonna walk. She walked the Camino. I'm going to walk it too and see if she was right. And well, she was right. He walked the whole Camino de Santiago. And by the time she finished, he returned over here, and here he became a hermit. Okay, so that's the story of San Guillermo and Santa Fatima. What happens is that here we keep the relics of San Guillermo San Guillermo, San William, okay? And it's kind of a creepy tradition that they have here, because what we keep is the skull, the head, and now most of it is covered in silver. And what they do in the festivity of San Guillermo and Santa Fatima, they pour wine through the skull of the saint, and then they drink it. It is like, okay, it's something strange, but I think it's kind of, I don't know what you think about it, but I think it's kind of gross, if I may say. Anyway, so as I was telling you, this beautiful village is very, very small, but it's very beautiful. And this is pretty much all what we have in this village, because it's a village of walking, of pilgrimage. It's a farming village that the Camino de Santiago stops through here or goes through here. Many pilgrims really, really enjoy this this village in the summer, because here we're in a little height. I'm gonna show you that we're in a little height. So always, even if it's too hot, there's a little bit of wind, and it's, it's very nice and very comfy place. So a lot of pilgrims, they love to rest in here because it's a great, great place. What else? Everything is related to the Camino de Santiago. Okay, so we have pilgrims. Now it's not the season, and there's barely no pilgrims because it's very cold. We're expecting another cold front coming into Spain today or tomorrow. In fact, it has just started raining. I don't know if you can see my glasses. They are all full of raindrops. But yeah, it's in the summer and spring, this is always packed with pilgrims, okay, which I love. As I was telling you, we are on a little height, and from here we get to see all of this incredible valley. Okay? Right behind there, we have Puente de la Reina, which is the bridge of the Queen, which is the most important stop for the pilgrims on this day. Talking about the Camino, you'll know that I do have a Camino tour that is going to take place in October. So if you want to do the Camino de Santiago, but you are not willing to walk 600 miles, what I do is I go all the way from the beginning to Santiago de Compostela in 1 week, always with a bus, and we will walk only parts of it, okay? Half days we'll walk 6-8 miles, but just 4 days, 3 days. And you don't even have to walk that, because we will always be followed by a bus. So on this week's post, I'm going to explain a little bit about the Camino de Santiago tour. If you want to book in, you have the link on the feed of this video. I would love to be with you on the Camino de Santiago. As I said, it's not a religious thing. A lot of people say, this is a very religious. No, we don't go to mass. We don't know. If you want, you can. We will visit cathedrals because it's like, okay, most beautiful art in the north of Spain. We have incredible Gothic cathedrals like Burgos or León, and Santiago de Compostela, of course. But you don't have to go to mass. It's just on you if you want. Okay. But anyway, I will post everything on the feed this on this week's blog in my journal. To get all the information about what I'm doing, please subscribe to my newsletter. Also down here you have a link to my newsletter, and you will get a free ebook about Spanish things that you might enjoy. Please like this video, share the video. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I shall see you on Sunday, Cooking with Ainhoa. We're going to be cooking a flourless chocolate cake. My friends, it's been a wonderful day, a little bit rainy, but wonderful. Bye-bye, amigos.